to the stage. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Oh, boy. Welcome. I am Lenny Reed. I am your host. This is the Lenny Reed Pod. What is the Lenny Reed Pod? The Lenny Reed Pod is about life experiences, the good, the bad, and the crazy. And if this is your first time here, I will give you all of those, scenarios and different topics, different shows, different things. Let me put this right there. Got to get my notes ready to rock out. How's everybody doing? Um, this is episode 213. We are fine, man. To be doing this so long and being the 200s. I'm not in 300s yet. The 200s, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, you talk about this was just because in the job that I had, I would talk to different people about crazy shit. Some people talk to it, really, man, that's crazy. Oh man, and then they say their thoughts. Then some people change the subject. So you knew at that point that some people was for it, some people wasn't. So I decided, hey, let me just talk on a larger form under my control. So the people that want to hear it, they come. And the people that don't want to hear it, they keep it pushing. And that's just basically what happened. The show that we are doing today, this episode is called The Life of a Man. And being a man is rough, man. Being a man, but if you are a man, being a female is also, you pushing a baby through your vagina, like, come on. But being a man is real rough, and we're going to get into all the aspects of that. But before I do that, if you would like to support this podcast, please check out the links in the show notes below. And anything, that you hit will be, I would appreciate it very much so. The word of the day is leader. When you're a leader, you are the first in line. Okay, there is nobody in front of you, nobody to ask, hey, what should I do in this situation? You are the head. You are the head honcho. You are the key. You are the last line of defense. So your decision will help or harm the people that's following you. So being a leader, it goes well with this podcast I'm about to talk about when I'm talking about the life of a man. It's going to hit hard. And I'm going to give y'all a story before I get started. When I was young, man, I never thought of, the whole house, the picket fence. I never thought of none of that shit. I never thought of all I really cared about is being outside, riding a bike, this, and that. I never would have dreamed of having a family, having 3 kids that you control, that you have to build up, and any little waver in their growth was basically impacted by you, your decisions. And being a father now is dope. It's dope. But I just never thought, and my kids right now is probably never think that they would get to the point in their life that, they control a life or a whole household. Your decisions control a whole household. If you are a gambler and, you want to gamble some money, and it's the mortgage or the rent, and it already takes 2-3 weeks just to get that, to pay that, right? But you're a gambler. You think, I can take this 1,500 or 2,000, whatever it is, I can double it. You don't double it, you lose it. Now, next thing you know, you got to tell the wife because she's a little bit on. She's on to the money, like, hey, did you pay the mortgage or the rent yet? You like, yeah, my check was messed up. I got to get with my company. And, they got to figure out everything. That's just the life of what it is. Oh, before I get to the show, I want to start by saying next year we are adding 2 shows to the roster. We already have Friday. We already have Monday now. Show coming out 7 p.m. 7 a.m. every Monday. Uh, the next show we are adding is on Thursdays. It's going to be a full length, just like this is, whether I'm talking to myself or talking with a guest. Um, Around the same thing, you know, hour, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever the topic is. But Friday show is important to me because I get to really talk my shit. And that will be called Friday Night Motivation at 8 p.m. every Friday night. It'd be about 5-10 minutes, something light. Um, I just be able to, talk. Hopefully uplift somebody, give somebody the grip in the ground that they need to get started, get that push, whether it's financial, relationship, love, spiritual, whatever. I'm there. So check those two shows out. They start 2024, that first week. I'm excited. I got a lot of work ahead of me. I got a lot of guests that want to come up in the wings. So it's going to be dope. Okay. But also I want to thank all the people that have been rocking with me for all this time, man. I appreciate y'all. And it's a few that's out there that have been, rocking with me since the beginning, since the show was called. Damn, what was the show called? What was the show called? I done forgot the show name. Don't Read My Mind. Yes, Don't Read My Mind. What the do y'all remember that? Don't Read My Mind. Oh man. It was I had the afro. It was a wig though, but I had the afro in the thumbnail. It was dope. It was dope. I was feeling it. And look where we at now. We at 213 shows. Little old me. The countries keep growing. The crazy part is I want to go to every country that this podcast that has listeners in that country. That'd be dope. And one day down the list, just to have appreciation show where I can get out and rent out a venue and have people come through and just kick it. That'd be dope. Have some music. Y'all know I play music a lot. Just have fun, man. That's what this show about. Having fun, drinking some wine. I got some wine in here. Merlot wine is my alternative to drinking liquor. Merlot wine, to me, it doesn't give you a headache. It's dry, it's not sweet. I don't like that sweet shit. And it's dope. I like it. So just cheers to 4 years, man. 4 years and a half now. Shit. Cheers. All right. I don't know how long I'm gonna go, but as long as I can talk. I know I had the thyroid issue before and they wanted to do surgery and pull out my thyroid, but I actually got it burnt out with radiation. But the lady was saying, you might have a problem talking because they can hit, I guess a vocal cord nerve. And I'm like, nah. So I'll be here, hey, everybody, how is everything? Nobody will listen to me like that. So I took the radiation. Probably took about 10 years off my life, but what do you want to do, live forever? All right, so let's get to the show, man. Shout out to all the guys, man. Shout out to all, the workers, the ones that's on the back of the garbage truck. I don't even think my thing worked, but let's make some noise. It's probably gonna sound muffled, but I don't care. Y'all understand. Shout out to all the truck drivers, man. Shout out to who else? Damn, that shit ain't working. Okay, it takes a minute. Anyway, shout out to all the truck drivers, man. Shout out to all, the warehouse workers. Shout out to all the stockbrokers. Shout out to anybody that's doing labor, hard labor. Shout out to anybody that's working out there in this weather, man. Shout out to anybody that's driving in traffic. Traffic here in Atlanta is crazy. And I know if you're in another city, it's crazy. Ain't no city that traffic ain't crazy. Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to all the baby fathers that the mothers won't let them see the kids, man. Shout out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the guys around the world. Okay. This show is for y'all because this is somewhat appreciation because people need to know what we go through, Depending on your partner, it's easier What's worse? And hopefully you got a good partner that understand. And after a long day of work, you don't come in with the hassle and the hustle and the bickering and all of that stuff. You come into somebody that's nurturing, that's caring, that gives you a massage or, rub your feet. And is that rare? I know that's rare as hell. And I'm just talking shit. I know that's rare as hell. But shout out to them, man. Shout out to all the guys that's out here grinding, hustling, risking their life to provide for their family. But the family don't know that. The family don't know that they almost died 3 times that day. The guy don't say nothing when he come in. He just hug his wife, hug his kids, sit down and eat dinner. And in the back of his head, he's saying, shit, man, I almost got sucked into that machine. Or man, my truck almost went off the road. Or man, I was changing my flat and damn near car didn't even see me and almost took me out. Shout out to all the men, bro. So we don't get into it. Also, shout out to everybody that have been rocking with us, man. Shout out to if you listening, on a podcast or you watching on the YouTube live, not the live, but LR Pod live. To talk about live, I tried YouTube live, and it's just, I don't know. I don't need, the comments and the people. I just like to put it out there with no pressure. If it catch you, if it catch you. If not, it is what it is. So, but shout out to everybody, man. All right, let's get in. I'm over here shouting out everybody. We can go back. We go far back as to the hunters and gatherers. Okay. The hunters and gatherers, it was rough back then. And like I said, when you leaving your situation, they didn't have Walmart. They didn't have, what is that? Kroger's, Publix. They didn't have all that. They had to go out and hunt down a buffalo or any one of those big ass animals that you will get killed face to face with it. They didn't have nothing that you can shoot. They probably had to jump on the shit back in the day. Throw a sharp stone at it, but you still had to kill it because even today, if you shoot an animal, right? You shoot it with one of them big giant what those shits called 308 or something like that. If you hit it in the wrong spot, the animal will still run off. And that shit will run. So you got to chase down this animal. Follow the blood stains. And it's still probably fighting. So you got to jump on it and do what you got to do. Shout out to all of those guys back in the day that left their hut to go hunt for food. A lot of them didn't come back. So I can imagine the kind of animals that you had to hunt, skin them out, and then now you got the furs for the ladies and the shoes for the kids and shit like that. That's dope. That's some fly shit right there. And, coming up in this world, men mainly at the beginning, and I know it's probably pushed back now, but men basically ran everything. They built everything. They did everything that they had to do. They made everything. The women was more like the backdrop, making sure, the food was made, the kids was taken care of. Now, this is not to down or step on women at all, but it just seemed like since the beginning of time, men was at the forefront of all of this shit, right? They was at the forefront of everything. So when you're looking at it today, and it's just a whole different realm, and people was trying to say that they want to be a part of everything. I understand that if you want to be a part of everything, but you got to understand that the man's job is to lead, is to control the situation, is to protect. And a lot of women is becoming the protector and raising boys. And it just seemed like, when they raise boys, they raise sensitive boys. I'm sorry about that. When they raise boys, they raise sensitive boys. And I don't know. It's just that I don't know if we have that today where, because back when I was young, people used to fight it out a lot of fights. And shit, I had a couple fights with guys that moved on my block, and we turned out to be the best of friends. Best of friends. And but in today's time, you probably won't end up being the best of friends because one of y'all dead and the other one is in prison. So that's what you get now. So I don't know if that is the whole system of women raising boys. I think boys should be raised by men. You know, boys should be popped, back smacked if tucking out of line or get out of line by men. Because in a way, boys that's raised by women, it just seemed like, I don't know, they probably have the extra tough exterior, but deep down inside, they probably have the mom's ways. You understand that? Like the mom's way on handling things. Not the snapping of the neck and the twitching of none of that fly shit, but just maybe the way they get into altercation is a little bit more sensitive than somebody that probably, got smacked around or beat up by an older brother or something like that. I know I'm rambling, but the guys that went out back in the day to go out and fight, can you imagine the stress and the thought of leaving your home to go fight a war? And you probably know that you are shit way, way outnumbered. But you know that if that particular group get to this village or get to this city, your family will be no more. Your son will be no more. So basically, you have to stand there strong, kissing your kids and smiling, and basically to say that everything's going to be all right, knowing that you probably walking to your death. Knowing that you probably would never see them again. So hold on a second. So that's the thing. That's the thing right there. So the life of a man is basically you have to make sure everybody all right, because they look at you. Yeah, and hopefully nobody have to go through this. I never been through this, but can you imagine just a situation where there's a national emergency, and everything's cool at the beginning. That you got oodles and noodles and shit, in the cabinet, and everything good. You got a couple things of water, a couple cases of water. But fast forward a week, 2, 3 weeks after that, and now the kids are hungry, and the television is not working, the lights are flickering, and the family is hungry, and you don't know what the future is. But your kid's going to get sick because everybody is hungry. Can you imagine that shit? No man that I know would sit there and continue to let that happen. What they would probably do is say, hey, just watch the house. Probably tell their son or whoever's next in line, watch the house. I'll be back. When you leave out, you doing something. Unfortunately, somebody is going to get hurt because you have to get your family food. You have to get your family drinks, water, whatever, medicine. And every man is driven by that. Every man knows that if they don't do it, it's not going to be done. It's not going to be done. So when you leave at home and you kiss all your kids and you kiss your wife and and they over there sharing some oodle, the last pack of oodles and noodles, you cannot come back. You can't sit there and cry. You can't. You probably cry when you get out from around everybody. If you out there 2, 3, 4 hours and you don't see nothing, probably swinging at the air and shit. But it's rough. So what's the reason that um these men marry? What's the what is the reason you think guys marry? And I'll give you my reason. But I think personally that guys marry to have the other half take care of the fort while they go out and gather, just like back in the day. You take care of the hut. You make sure everything's straight. You make sure the kids wash up. You make sure the kids eat. You make sure the kids, all of that. I go out, I do the hunting. Whether the hunting is a fucking a 9 to 5 job that I hate, running drugs up and down the goddamn 95 or something like that. It's the same thing as me going out with a bow and arrow back in, 5,000 years ago. It's the same shit. But if that person you married is not holding down the fort or cracking and can't do it no more, it messes your hunting and gathering mind up, because you're thinking about what's going on home and you're not focused on your shit you're doing out there. You understand what I'm saying? You're not focused on. It's nothing like having a wife or that support system that you already know all that shit is taken care of. All you have to do is go get the money, you pay the bills, you do all that other fly shit, and she takes up that for it. Without that, why the fuck are you married? Why? It's like you taking care of another kid. And I'm gonna get a little controversial over here. If your wife can't cook, why are you married? Hold up. What we gonna do? We gonna go out at night? We gonna go out at night? If your wife can't cook, why are you married? Why? Please tell me why. Huh? Now, can you cook? Now, if you can cook, okay, you've been with her for 20 years. Come on, you should have taught her something by now that she can, finish it. Anyway, that's why people get married, for somebody to take care of the home while you go bring home the bacon. Now, if you worried about home and you out there worried about the bacon, why are you married? And one thing I do know, I know a lot of people that never been married or had been married and got a divorce, and they said never again. So that tells you the state where marriage is going. The never again stage. And one thing guys know, if you're a certain age, you're only loved as long as you are providing. Stop providing and see the love go away. Just stop. You can test this shit out. Start telling people at the house now. Stop bringing home the bacon and let shit get cut off. You will see that love go right out the window. It's like the respect for men. The respect for men is dwindling, because I remember Now, who can attest to this? I remember that the father had the big piece of chicken. Oh, you better not touch that big piece. That's your father chicken, right? Back in the day. Nigga, the father probably don't even eat now. He come home like, yo, you didn't make my plate. I don't know. The kids, that's the kids. You see the difference? You see the dynamic before? You got your ass whipped if you ate the big piece of chicken. That's your father chicken. Nowadays, you come home, that chicken gone. Or you get a little ass piece of wing. You be like, damn, who ate all of? Oh, that was such and such. Yo, I told him to save it for you, but he didn't. You looking at the wife like, yo, why you didn't put? I told the kids it was yours. So that is the dynamic that's going on today. This is the life of a man. And it's some guys don't go through this, but a lot of guys do. A lot of guys do. It's hard. It's hard being a man. It's hard knowing that every decision you make could be a bad decision. It's hard knowing that searching for a woman, that could be a crazy ass woman that you got. You really gotta, it's like you gotta vet everything. Because just imagine you get a crazy chick pregnant and somehow you marry a crazy chick. People looking at you like, my nigga, you didn't know this when you was girlfriend and boyfriend. You didn't know she was a psycho at the beginning. So that falls on you if you got a crazy ass baby mother. It falls on you, right? Who else's fault is it? It's not the kid's fault. It's not the kid's fault. The mom's riding around and with no seatbelt on the kids, or leaves the goddamn car seat on the back trunk. It's your fault. I know you've seen that before. So everything falls on the man's lap. Because there's one thing that is more important than sex when it comes to a man. You know what that is? Do you know what that is, kids? That is respect. Because can you imagine a woman that doesn't respect you? Can you imagine a wife or a girlfriend that don't respect you? You know what that is? That is that chicken, that big piece of chicken. It's not there. You got that little part of the wing that nobody even eat, that little tip of the wing. You got a couple of them. You got a couple of them and some rice in the corner, the burnt part of the pan. That's what you got. You got a woman that is taking household money and buying another guy food for lunch. That's no respect. And it gets worse. I can go on and go on and go on. So I would say this to the camera, and if you hear my voice, if your woman don't respect you, leave. I mean, fucking leave. Okay. Now, all of this I'm talking is the Merlot. This is probably about my second cup. So I don't do the shiny glass. I do the cups full. So leave. Respect is number one. Respect is key. Respect is the, it's a guy that I know, right? And he wouldn't let his boys, just say, let me throw out a scenario. Just say his boy wanted to borrow something, but he was out. He was out somewhere, probably like 30 minutes away. And the boy, like, man, I'm right by your house, man. How about if I go wait at your house? And, okay, cool. Now, the dude said he wouldn't let his boy go inside of the house with his wife there, right? He won't let his boy go. Just say the boy go to the door, like, hey, yeah. He said he'd be here in about 30 minutes. And he said it's cool for me to, I don't know, watch TV until you get here or sit in the living room. Like some people say, okay, your friend, which I don't understand, but your friend shouldn't be in your house with your wife. Now, so it's when you break this down, is it the friend that you don't trust, or is it the wife you don't trust? So my thing is this: shouldn't your wife be your last line of defense? And that's when respect comes in. Shouldn't your wife be the last line of defense? Even if your boy or whoever, just he over there running his mouth, talking slick, whatever, it should stop with the wife before it even get to her head to cause any confusion. It stops with her. And if she feel disrespected in a way or lean into it's a weird feeling, I say, I think you should go wait in your car until such and such get here. Me personally, I don't mind. I mean, I will let anybody sit in my house and wait for me with my wife in the house. If you that kind of person that I would invite you in my house, yeah, I wouldn't mind if you sat there and waited till I get there, because I know that my wife is the last line of defense. It's about respect. Now, it's also about respect on your end too. The guy end, if he start saying something slick, now you disrespected me. It don't have shit to do with my wife. You disrespected me now. That's a whole nother ball game. That's a whole nother lane. We can talk about that later. But your wife is the first and the last line of defense. Okay. Respect is the foundation. Another thing about men, that people don't understand. Shit, some men don't understand. Men always want to win. Okay. I mean, we talking about high testosterone. Just want to win. Nick, I'm coming in first. I don't care who come in second. I know I'm coming in first. So as long as that is established, that men want to win, men want respect, men want the big chicken when you cook, even if I'm home an hour later, nobody touched my chicken. Or, the lasagna, whatever it is, the cake, whatever. It's just, save me big piece. So to capitalize on everything I just said, to break it down, it's simple. Being a man starts from young. When you fall and that shit hurt, but you trying to hold in that cry, because brush that off, boy. You better not cry. You better not cry all the way to doing the job that you can't quit, because money coming in and the monster. We all know what the monster is. The monster is the bills that you get connected with on your way up. The house, that monster bite every month. That mortgage, that rent bite every month. Them bills, the electric, the gas, the water bites every month. And a lot of men right now is in a job they don't like. and they can't adjust. They see the dream of having a nice business, self-employed doing this, but they already succumb to the monster. So it's hard. It's hard to get that extra money when your money is just going out and it's just enough to breathe. You don't have time, you don't have money for that extra, extra hustle that can take you to another level. You sort of stuck in a day-to-day to 9 to 5. So it's rough out there. Some guys are just before they get married and they catch on and they make money, and then they caught on before they got to get connected to the beast, that monster. But if you're in a situation where, you have a girlfriend, she get pregnant, and then all of a sudden the family sort of push you into marriage, and now you in an apartment with her and y'all living, and unfortunately, unless you do it right then and there, you are the beast. The monster has started to grow. That first apartment that y'all get, and she's pregnant, the monster has already started. Because now she depends on you, because she's going to be out for a certain amount of time with the pregnancy. And depending on her work, what kind of job she got, it sort of leans on you from that point on. You have no room to adjust unless you're making a lot of money. But if you don't adjust right there and you go to kid number 3, number 4, now you have to have rooms to accommodate these kids. Now that's a house, or that's a high-ass apartment bill. You have created a full monster. All that entrepreneur shit, out the window. So this is for the guys, man, that I understand that there's paths that you took. It was a fork in the road. You went left. And if you can just back up time, you'll go right. Or vice versa. Some people got all that fly shit, but they don't have the kids. They don't have the loving of a family. And some people got the loving of the family, and they don't got no fly shit. So that's it. And one more thing before I go. When somebody say you're arrogant or cocky, so what? Own that shit. When somebody say, oh, you too masculine, you this, and that, own that shit. That's you. Why tone down for somebody insecurities? You feel me? So what else do we know here? What else is what do we need to be better men? Let me do this for y'all. As the start of the new year, own yourself. Don't worry about what nobody think. Put your head down and fucking grind. Write them goals down, knock it down. Be selfish. Selfishness is actually a good thing, because you were born selfish by yourself, and you would die selfish by yourself. Yeah, you might have 6 people carrying you, but when you get lowered and that dirt is on you, you're by yourself. All right, everybody. Thank you all for listening. And I don't know, man. Just be yourself. Peace out.